So we went to the Pates. We're still looking for a tree that we may or may not get this year. We saw it last year, thought about it, and then never went back. And then when we did go back, I mean, we did eventually go back. They were gone. So, um, I'm saving it in case we end up getting it, which I feel like hopefully God willing we will. But they have 4 packs of herbs for two something each. We're gonna get a flat. We didn't get a flat. I got two 4 packs. I got a 4 pack of spearmint and a 4 pack of lemon balm. I've tried to grow spearmint every year since we've been here, and the first year was okay. It was okay. What I could do is either put one of each of the cells in an individual thing and then test out locations. But I think I'm probably just going to do two and two, and then if anything, I'll move one to where I think it's doing better. I think I'm going to have everything kind of around this area because it's going to get sun, but it's also going to get like shaded in the late afternoon, kind of where depending on where it is. And lemon balm. I love lemon balm and some milk and some tea. Mm. And then spearmint, same. So I have that. My mother got some chives. The bees are out. She also got some type of coleus, and she got the downtown royalty coleus. And this is, I know I've run this before, this is a plectranthus. This is moon lavender, so they have it as. So I'm going to be planting those up. The Lowe's also has 1 cubic foot bags of soil for 5 for 10. So we got 5. And that's until the 8th, I think, of April, in case we end up getting more or not. And then I'm going to water things because today it's a nice like 50 something. But, it's a high sun exposure all the time around. So the lettuce was doing great. It might be Joy Choy. The lettuce was doing great. And this morning it was frost everywhere, even though it was 40 something. It was frost. Ooh, what a pretty blue. Anyway, the lettuce, I gotta water things. I gotta water everything. Um, and I gotta go to bed because I woke up and I should have been going to bed, but I'm up now still. And I'm not gonna go to sleep because I have things to do. So let's get to it. Yes. Lovely blue sky. We love it over here. Today's a cool day because we're in the 50s. Tomorrow we're in the 80s. I think then we're going back down to like the 50s and a couple days after that. No. We're gonna say in the 70s, and then we're gonna go. I don't know. Anyway, um, I got all the herbs planted. I have to plant the plectranthus and excuse me, the other plectranthus, and because the Cuban oregano, the oregano paleo, is also plectranthus, and the coleus. I'm gonna take you on a little tour. All right, so this was not like this. This was at 90 degrees the other way. My mother changed it, and that's why the phone had fallen. But now, because this is like this, now we've unfortunately created a little bit of shade. That's okay. We'll get a lot of morning sun, and even now we're getting some sun. I don't know. I'm gonna be moving things around. If this helps them germinate, great. I'm probably gonna move that somewhere else because it feels like it's kind of in the way on top there, like it's too big for that anyway. The lemon balm is part sun to what does it say? Full sun to part shade. So, and because I don't know how things are gonna work over here, I do have them one in, one out, one in, one out of this spearmint and lemon balm, alternating sun exposure. So we'll see. We'll play around. I did plant the Cuban oregano that I had inside. This I think is the older one. Yes, because I had cut this off of this one. And this is the one that has more roots, but also like a mushy end. But it should be fine. That thing comes back from everything. And if it starts to like look like it's doing terribly, I'll cover it or take it inside or something because that's all I have left of this. I didn't propagate a bunch like I did the year before. The chives, the sage, the two sages that were in the raised bed up front, and I salvaged them before the raised bed got demolished, a long raised bed. Again, the chamomile, and I gotta water all that. And these sticks were where I had, these were where I had the, what do you call this? The, I was trying to overwinter the Meyer lemon, what remained of it, and I just moved them. And so now I think eventually I'll put like a little solar light here. And I put a second one over there, and I'll put a solar light over there as well. If we have any surplus soil, I'll probably put it around there. I'm not sure if they're both. This looks to me like a grape, and this looks like it could be a kiwi. But I don't know. Shots. Let's get some close shots. I do think I want to try and expose the soil under that pine tree ring in case there are some other plants that are trying to come up, like the hossa that apparently I just disappeared into the ground. I don't know. I think I have to do that with this as well to check the weather because it's also doing fine. So, ooh, what's going on over here? Why are you looking limp? Are you overwatered? You're a bit wet, so we're gonna leave you there. You know what? It is a colder day today, so maybe that's what it is. Actually, we're gonna leave the pine over here for fine. And so yeah, it's now that my hair reoriented this way. It's just sitting in the ground, so it shouldn't fall back, and also it has a metal to push against it. But now there's just more space, so that's fun, I guess. This is the Silver Falls Acandra. I think it just came as like a plus in a mixed planter that was out on clearance. I guess I'll put this in the compost. I might reuse this pot. Yeah. I just came, dumping something else in the compost. I did water this bed. We'll see if the lettuce pop back. I probably will not water again, if anything. I'm not trying to be out here tomorrow. If I need to, I will be out here tomorrow. around like 6 or something. So I'm not gonna be watering crack of dawn. Maybe my mother will. I don't think she will though. Um, I did a lot. I did pretty much everything I was trying to do today. But there was something else I wanted to do. Oh, I mused. I contemplated planting seeds to the ground. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. All right, so we have our 2 things of sage here from last year. This is new. Got it today. This is a perennial that I stay propagating. I've had it for years. Got it today. Would be chamomile, lemon balm, spearmint, lemon balm. An oak tree that I had tried. I put out of the ground. I put in a pot. Over winter I checked. I thought it was dead. It looks like it was maybe alive, so I put it back. We'll see. I did end up using some of the soil from the dichondra, and it's fine because I put it in the ornamental pots. So if it like ends up with the coleus or the plectranthus, it'll be cool. It'll look cute, right? Here's some sedum I had taken from the area where now sits the pot that has the clematis. So that's a thing. I did water these, and I think they're probably gonna die. They looked great this morning, you know. They're probably gonna die though, but you know, and if anything, maybe at last effort, I'll push it in the ground. Who knows? I'm not really sure what's going on over here. I think I did end up watering this, but they look kind of floppy, so maybe I'll hold off on watering it for a couple days, like 3 or 4. We'll see. We'll see after tomorrow. The cuttings I cut from my sister's rose, and my sister's rose looks great, by the way. I thought maybe you know, is it gonna end up that I killed it or something after the fact? No, it looks great. It's really rooted in it. It's also a big rose. She bought it big. The cuttings I put in, everything, the leaves look kind of floppy, but the stems still look kind of firm. I don't know. It's weird to explain. So the leaves look floppy. You know, let the leaves defoliate, and then just let roots. We just care for roots. So we're gonna keep watering it like nothing happened, ignoring the leaves, because maybe roots will develop, right? Maybe roots will develop. Same with this one over here. That one at least has some pine cones. I keep meaning to, but every time I'm in the midst, I'm like, oh, I meant to mount up some pine cones, and I don't. But, you know, if these things can get in the ground when it's January and half frozen, or February, or really cold, they should be fine, I think. It really just to evaporate, to not have the water evaporate, you know. Also, we don't have roots yet. The hydrangea looking great. The lilac, it's looking great. I do have to prune the back of this lilac. Ooh, that's some sand in my hair. I do have to prune the back of this lilac. Like, this branch is not doing anything. Those 2 branches, but everything else is looking so great. This is like the best it's looked. Look at all this new growth. So I know the mature height for this, I think it's a sensational whatever. It's supposed to be 5 feet. I would like to have a lilac here that's taller than me. So, and that probably have to buy one that's like half grown already half, you know. By the time I buy one, it has to be like probably like 5 or 4 feet already. So she's also looking grand, super grand. Let's talk about something that was crazy. I was over here. I wasn't gonna water this. I came to water the hydrangea, the beautyberry, and the sweet shrub, and I saw that clump and a bigger clump. You see, it's kind of laying down now. Lift it up. I'm like, why? This isn't the first day. This isn't the day after I put it in. It was fine for days. Why is it dug up? And we can see here that there's like a bite mark, right? Cool. Let's just pivot over here. So I watered pretty much everything in here, and I'm watering the rose. I'm like, I don't really water the rose. It does great on its own. Something bit off my sweet william. Let me clean. So something was in here browsing last night. Okay. Not much I can do about that, except maybe put some type of deterrent plants around it. Maybe I'll have to buy like the 100 pack of onion sets and plant it. I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, is this dusty? This might be dusty. Oh, pollen. I'm not sure. I also want to say, as I was coming over here to water things, I'm like, maybe I have severely been underwatering everything that's over here. Because going off of and it could also be that today's a cooler day, going off of the mully grasses, I've been watering them a lot extra than I usually do. And they're like perking up. It's like, I just thought that was, and it could just be, but they literally, what is it, turgidity, water pressure, and all that stuff. It could all be that. Regardless, I think I'm underwatering a lot, and that's not a big surprise. So definitely, and my mother has been saying she wants to do it for her reservoir, but it's just like, it's so expensive. So I have a jerry rig type of system to catch water, and then I know, and my sister has seen it too at the Restore. Sometimes they sell irrigation tubing for like $1 or something. So if I ever see one again, but also I want to use what we have first. So maybe it'll be like, I know sometimes people use like clay tiles. Obviously we don't have that. If we did, I would have my areas paved. Be serious. And so the leaves are a little folded. I did water it, but these peonies are doing super great. This looks like it's really standing at attention. And so I hope, if we were initially supposed to have, the forecast initially had 4 days of rain. I think it's been pushed farther back, and it was like 2 last I checked, farther along. I did take the dead, arborvitae, because water was coming in, it's pooling. So I'm like, let me start mounting plus over here. So again, that's what the pine cones are for. But, this is still growing. We've got these 2 over here. We've got this one on the bottom over here. And then this, I snap back the things that looks brown and dead, but it feels kind of firm in there. And also, I was going to say these leaves look firm, but no, they look, maybe that was frozen. I don't know. I'm going to keep watering it probably until I decide it's done. Oh my gosh, this is probably super dead. Scratch everything I said. The resident red anthill that I am too afraid to do anything to, unless they decide for vengeance. And this has been doing fine or whatever, but I think you like the water. Also, the water to wash away the dust, right? Oh, the cherries are already flowering. Great. Crazy times. The gardenia watering. I don't want to be out here tomorrow. I don't have a lot to do tomorrow, but also tomorrow's going to be hot. I don't want to be out here. I will avoid it regardless. So, yeah. When I was printing up the plum, there were some thin cuttings, and I'm like, oh, let me try and still some on the ground, see if it takes. They didn't take. This is what I would say. When I took the would-be air layers off yesterday, or day before yesterday? Day before yesterday, it's a cat. Where is he? Oh, he ran away. When I took the air layers off, day before yesterday or day before that, I don't know. And I was looking at them, was very confused. I'm like, I literally scraped the bark away with a potato peeler. Maybe I'm going too deep. Whatever. With the potato peeler, but I scraped it with a potato peeler, and I feel like also I would prefer to do like a plastic or a thin. I would need to do a wrap as opposed to like or one of those units that snaps in place. But also, I don't need to propagate a bunch of fruit trees. I don't need to, because I think this plum tree is already super littered with fruit. One, I don't know how many I'm actually going to give, but anyway, when I looked at the cutting where I scraped it, not to mention that the back had been sliding down, so it was already, the part that was I scraped was not fully covered by the time I took it off. Okay, it's like it healed. I scraped it raw to green, and it said, "I'm gonna grow. I'm gonna cover myself. I'm cold." And so nothing was exposed really. So we have that there. Anyway, we have, first of all, this rosemary transplanted fantastically. It lost a little bit of mass, I think, but it's super green now. There's some parts in here I can probably come and take out, like this looks dead in here. I have to come up with a pruner. There's some green parts, not a lot, but it's pretty much up there. But everything else looks super great. Don't know what's browsing on my stuff. And I have to come in one of these days and hand weed around all the gladiolus. So I was doing it with the hoe, and I broke some apparently, or at least one. White dianthus, it kind of looks pink. I don't know what's going on here. The hooker is coming back fantastically. I don't remember what was in here. And if nothing grows, I'm probably just going to dump the soil and use it somewhere else. That's what I did with the soil that I had all the plum sticks in that none of them grew. Hooker, I don't know what's in there. I think over there was the calla lily. I don't know. This is, I think I had planted more than one, but I really only see the one coming up of the autumn joyceum propagations. Apparently, the reason why, maybe the reason why my Montauk daisy has such small leaves. Again, maybe underwatering. So I've been trying to water this every day, and in my mind is a lot of plants I want to have, and this third year here, fourth season, I'm really coming to, first of all, I'm really trying to come to terms with working with what's here without having to heavy amend, because this front bed was heavily amended the first year. Lots of soil and mulch and compost. And then following years, a little less, a little less. So certain things have continued to grow really well here, other things not. But then also, ooh, is that the hibiscus? It is, I think. Also, the drought. So I don't know what's entirely the drought and what's entirely not the drought, blah, blah, blah. So the dianthus, I could get a whole tray of dianthus. I could get 2 whole trays of dianthus and it still do minimal initially. Eventually it would do much, but a minimal initially. I have to see also what the hibiscus looks like when it's seeded. I have seeds inside, but I forget what they're. Anyway, it's a hibiscus coming up already. And so dianthus. Some of them die for whatever reason. And also these are all annual dianthus. The perennial dianthus take too long. And they stay kind of short. This is the one I have. And the other one I had, the, oh my god, jumping jack or something, I forget what it was. It didn't transplant well for the second time or the third time, whatever. Anyway, random Dutch iris, a couple of gladiolus. I'm not going to take those out. I decided I'm going to come and clear this whole bed because a lot of things are not coming out. I guess I have to wait till it's not viola season because the violas, look pretty enough. So, dianthus, lemon coral sedum, autumn joy sedum. The patch where I seeded the cosmos. Hopefully that patch comes up. This whole area is a lot drier than it ought to have been because pretty much everything over here was done the same. So I'm not really sure why it's dry except for underground and melee activity. This patch of carnations, great, resilient. It's not the prettiest of flowers to me. I like it, but it's not like a dianthus that it's a long-term bloomer. I feel like it blooms and then it's like, again, probably very weather dependent, but looks like it's about to start blooming now anyway soon. So yeah. And so that's where the platform was. And I cleared the area. Mother had two bananas. She transplanted one over here because of the two. There's always one that was doing better, and I think this will be an interesting experiment because this one will get a lot more sun. This one will get a whole lot more sun. So I guess we'll have to see what happens. This slowly and surely, this bed is being cleared up. Like I took a plastic to wrap some soil that's in the shed. Ooh, that's a thick asparagus. I don't eat asparagus, but I will let people know. It looks like it's a leek that self-seeded or maybe came back from roots. I don't know. I want to have my vegetables that I grow too, and I know I do best in container gardens. And especially if I have all the containers together, it's easier to water, blah, blah, blah. So I think at some point I'm just going to have like this pepper here and this tomato here in this container. So that's going to be my plan going forward this season. So stay tuned.